So about 2 years ago, I was featured in a New York Times article called Adventures of a Teenage Polyglot, which featured my passion for learning foreign languages, this peculiar hobby that I had. As I was learning all these languages, I faced a number of obstacles. So number one, I had no idea how to teach myself. So I experimented. Here's one thing. So in my Latin class, I read about something that Cicero described called method of loci, or technically locorum. But it's a technique in which you take mnemonics. So let's say you want to learn 10 vocab words on a list. You take each of those words, and instead of memorizing them in blocks, you integrate them into your spatial memory. So here's what I mean. This spot right here is Union Square. It's a place I go every day. If I close my eyes, I can imagine it very, very vividly. So I imagine myself walking down Union Square, and at each spot in my mind that has resonance, I associate it with a vocab word. I'll show you right now. I'm walking down Park Avenue, and in Japanese, to walk is iku. I go a little bit further, turn right, sit on the steps where I can suwaru. Directly north of there is a statue of George Washington, which I used to think was a fountain, so that's nomu, to drink. Right next to that is a tree that you can kiru, cut. If you want to go north to a Barnes & Noble, you can yomu, to read. Or if I'm hungry and I want to go to my favorite falafel place, I can go 1 block west of there, so I can taberu, to eat. Did I miss one? All right, so 8 out of 10. Not bad. So I found that most of the time, by experimenting with methods like these, it made language learning a much more interactive experience. It made it something that I could remember much better and I had a lot of fun with. So again, this is one method. And I'm not saying this will make you fluent in a language, but it has been one of my ways of overcoming those obstacles. So you may be wondering, what's the point in doing this? Why learn Pashto or Ojibwe when you live in New York? And there's a point to that. In fact, I've lived in New York my entire life, and I'm always blown away by the number of languages you can hear on a given day. Walking down the street, I see billboards in Chinese or in Spanish. I see Russian bookstores, Indian restaurants, Turkish bathhouses. And I try to explain to people a lot what my various motivations are, but I often feel that this quote from Nelson Mandela is the best expression of that. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart.